Yeah.
But back then he worked for Gotti's crew, and we remained friends. He used to come and stay at my house, sleep over. He would, of course, my mother would feed him and loved him. And when my father got wind of it, he sent somebody to tell Louis to stay away.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today I got Rita Gigante. Hello.
Hey, we're here to help you because we've gone through the whole process of being human and understand everything. So now we're here to help guide you. So there's no barrier the way religion sometimes puts a barrier up. And I say to people all the time, if it makes you comfortable, whatever makes you feel comfortable, you got to do it. Whatever you believe in. Sometimes I go to church when there's nobody there just because it feels comfortable, and I just sit and I pray. But church is in my heart, so I don't really have to go anywhere if I don't want to,
My
right?
grandma used to say that the world is my church.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, yeah. So then I went to massage school. After that, I finished college with the bachelor's in exercise science. And then slowly, Spirit started to send me to people that could help me cultivate my gifts. And it brought me to where I am today, eventually. But the biggest piece I feel is I was able to forgive my family, my father, all of it. I was able to connect to the deepest part of me. And now I'm able to help others do that, right? And I have my father's help in the process because the way I knew I was a medium where I could speak to people on the other side was when he passed. I had no idea I could do that because he came to me. And then I realized, okay, I guess I can do this now. So it was very methodical the way Spirit set it up for me.
Yeah.
And I was grateful for that because I think if I would have got everything all at once, it wouldn't have been good. So there was a lot of clearing for me to have to go through. There was a lot of release of old energies that were stuck in my body because of trauma.
Yeah. Did you have
And
a lot of resentment? A lot of resentment for your family?
resentment, anger, frustration, you name it. I've been through all the emotions, But then I started journaling and I was able to journal out, how I was feeling, which helped. And when I wrote my book, it was the most cathartic thing I could have done. It cleared me completely of so many things. There's still, listen, we're all going to learn lessons right up to the end. So it's not like I'm not still learning lessons. I am. And I'm still going through shit. But I'm to the point now where I'm at least capable of helping others move through their stuff, which is extremely rewarding for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It helps you give you purpose and
Exactly.
so when you met Lou Ferrante.
Hello, I love
Shout out to Lou. Go check out his book, The
I
Regatta.
love him.
So
Yes, he
yeah,
just finished a trilogy, and the
yeah,
first book is out, and it's phenomenal.
yeah. They're
Yeah,
amazing books. So
amazing.
when did you first meet Lou?
Oh God, I wanna say I think I was 21 when I met him. So we know each other over 35 years. It's like a brother to me.
Yeah,
But back then he worked for Gotti's crew, and we remained friends. He used to come and stay at my house, sleep over. He would, of course, my mother would feed him and loved him. And when my father got wind of it, he sent somebody to tell Louis to stay away, but it didn't happen. Louis
yeah.
kept
But
coming.
so before that happened, before he found out, were you at all like, oh man, this is like,
Not at all.
you didn't feel like that?
No, because he was was like a brother to me, Lou, you know, and I wasn't about to lose his friendship, so I didn't care.
So when your dad
Honestly.
says, "Get rid of them, don't have them over no more," you
He just got
continue?
told to stay away, but it never happened, and my mother kept the secret with us, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I think what my mom was hoping is that me and Louis would have got married and, and had kids. That's what she was hoping for before she, you know, I mean, she knew all along that I was gay, but, you know, I think I think my mom's the biggest fear she had was my soul because of her own belief system about the Catholic religion.
Yeah.
And, once she realized that that wasn't me and I wasn't gonna get married and have children,
She was just hoping.
she was hoping
Yeah, she
against
wanted the
she
little
was praying,
Bambinos, right?
she
Yeah.
was praying. Um, but I said, I sat down and I spoke to her and I said, "Ma, I made peace with it. I made peace with God." I said, "Everything is good." I said, I'm a good human being." I said, Nobody goes to hell when they're a good human being." And I said to her, "I know you don't believe this, Mom, but there is no hell." I says, "If anything, the hell is right here in our brains because and look what we create on this earth." I said, "But you know, it
What about your father? Did you come out to your father?
I did. I was 19 when I came out to the two of them for the first time.
Can you walk me
Oh,
through that day? Walk me through
oh
that day.
shit, man. I was at school. I remember coming home and going, "Oh God, I gotta do this. I got it." Because you know what it was, Bill? I was so tired of being sick. Like I was so sick from a child growing up with upper respiratories and throat infections and pneumonia and all that kind of stuff. And this is the area, the throat is the area about speaking your truth. And so I was so tired of, you know, having secrets. As it was, my father had all these secrets, right? I didn't want to be that person. So I tried. I said, "Okay, I'm going to do this." I was 19, and I came home from school. They were up at my mother's bedroom and I was sweating like an animal, you know, my palms clammy, the whole thing, heart racing. I knock on the door and they said, "Come in." And so I went in and I sat down and they could see the look on my face like something wasn't 100%. And my mother goes, "What's the matter?" I says, "Well, I got to talk to you about all right, don't worry. Just tell, like, what is it? We'll take care of it. Everything's good." Like they were
They can
trying to,
fix everything. Yeah.
yeah, they
Right.
right, exactly. And
Yeah.
in my head, I'm going, "You're not gonna fix this." So I sat down and I just said, "Listen," I said, "I like women." I said, "This is just who I am, how I was born." And and I remember getting cut off by my dad, who remained like so quiet and so still. I thought, honestly, Bill, I thought he was going to get up and just crack me. You know what I mean? Like I thought I was going to get the beating of my life, and my father never hit me. Okay. So he remained so calm and he just looked at me and he said, "Listen," he said, "all kids go through this at some point." He said, "It's going to be fine. You're going to get married, have kids, blah, blah, blah." And he goes on and on and on. And then he says, "And I don't want you hanging out with your friends anymore," meaning my girlfriends anymore. So I realized in that moment, if I could have just taken those fucking words back, because I knew that watching his energy was scarier than if he got up and hit me. It was like this, he gave me this look. Like he looked right into me and he was dead serious and not angry, but like you knew he meant business kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, "Shut up, get up and walk out." Like that's all I kept hearing in my head. So I said, "You know what? You're right." I said, I'm just going through a phase like that." And at 19, I jumped right back into the closet until 24, which then I came out and I said to my mother, "I'm done. This is who I am. This is how it's going to be. If you don't want to meet anybody, I understand, but this is who I'm seeing right now." Blah, blah, blah. She had no idea who I was seeing before that. Now she just knew about this person. Well, she got past it. It took her a minute, but she got past it. And then she loved everybody I brought to the house,
Yeah.
you know. So her, like I said, her fear was my soul. Once she realized it, that was going to be okay, she was great. Never said a word to my father. She never said a word to him. I never said a word to him. Nobody. And he would grill everyone about that. And
So what
so
if you were around somebody, did you ever bring people around him? What was his reaction when you would bring
very
people?
few. So I'm going to tell you 1, 2, 3, maybe friends met him in my life. And that's because I took them to the feast of St. Anthony. That was the feast that my father ran. So he met them because I was at the feast with them. And there was only one friend that I brought that actually ate dinner with us and met my father, which was a miracle in and of itself. But past that, that was it. That was it. He didn't know anybody else. And out in Jersey, he would never know. And by the time I was 19 and 24, he was so dug deep into that world, it was hard for him to keep track of me,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he would go to my sisters and my brothers and drill them and drill them and drill them, which none of them ever gave me up, which was great.
They learned it
But
from your dad.
I truly believe he knew. I do. I know he knew. I'm his daughter. It's not like he's not an idiot. So he knew. He just didn't want to know. And interestingly enough, his
Yeah.
brother also has a daughter my age that's gay, and he fully accepted it. And it was nothing like my dad.
Is
Nothing.
that surprising? Knowing that he's a
Yeah, of
priest?
course.
Like,
No, it wasn't the priest. It was
oh, it
another
wasn't.
brother.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it was
was.
another
How
brother.
many
I think.
brothers did he have? Your dad.
So 5 altogether.
Were
Yeah,
they all
before he
involved
died.
with that
It was
life?
actually 6, but the first Vincent that my grandmother had passed away. He was young. So then my dad came and they renamed him Vincent.